Isn't the Zora eating fish cannibalism?
They're fish people, they're eating fish.
Are they cannibals?
Fish people eating fish.
Also, aren't the Zora who are fish people committing cannibalism by eating fish? Or is it a shark's fish but they eat fish situation? Wait. Aren't Zora fish people? And their primary source of food is fish. And that's where I'm going to end that train of thought.
Okay, a lot of people seem to be confused about this, so we're gonna address it. In my last video about why the Zora have bad defenses, I made the casual observation that Zora have an unlimited supply of fish in the river underneath them, and that because they eat raw fish, they will never run out of food in the event of a siege. Yet, this factoid seemed to surprise a lot of people. So, today, let's double check our sources and figure out if the Zora really do eat fish or not. Starting with the Hyrule Encyclopedia, a piece of Zelda merchandise which many people question the canonicity of, but surely it'll be a good place to start us off. If we go to page 48, it says, Zora primarily subsist on fish and other marine life, and many are skilled fishers. This claim is backed up by the in-game descriptions for the silver bow and spear in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which are said to be used for fishing. Additionally, if we look to the marketplace in Tears of the Kingdom, we see that the Zora sell fish, undoubtedly for the purpose of consumption, otherwise they would have put them in an aquarium. And as if that wasn't enough information, at the end of the quest A Wife Wafted Away, which is a clever reference to the quest A Wife Washed Away from Breath of the Wild, the Zora known as May says,
Us Zora eat fish raw.
And crustaceans. They also eat crustaceans. We know that from the other quest, the guy who's obsessed with crabs. I apologize to all of the Zelda fans who were under the impression that the Zora lived at peace with the aquatic creatures of the sea. They don't. In reality, the Zora are the kings of the sea, the greatest fishers in all of Hyrule, putting them at the top of the aquatic food chain. So, does this mean that the Zora are cannibals? No times two. They are not cannibals. Zora are no different than barracudas or sharks. Sharks are predators. They need to eat smaller fish to survive. Likewise, the Zora need to eat smaller fish also to survive. And as long as that smaller fish isn't something akin to a Zora child, then that's just the natural order of things. We call it the food chain, for goodness sakes. In fact, the same thing can be said for the Rito, who, yes, will occasionally eat mushrooms and plants when needed, but prefer to eat meat from fish, mammals, and poultry. Poultry! Listen to this dialogue from this Rito in Gerudo Town in Breath of the Wild. They say,
Do they really not have any poultry? Sigh, I wanted poultry.
So the Rito are no different than the Zora in eating their own taxonomy group. But is that actually that weird? I mean, think about it. Hawks eat birds, wolves eat rodents, and Gorons eat rocks, and even us humans eat other mammals all the time. Unless you're a vegan or a vegetarian. Then you eat Koroks. So, long story short, the Zora are not cannibals. It's only cannibalism if you're eating your own species. Otherwise, we don't call that cannibalism, we call that the food chain. Speaking of which, has anybody seen any Koroks around here? I feel like those guys have a lot of nutritional value in them that has not been tapped into yet. No? No. Okay, well, I'm gonna go find some. There probably are a few in this video right here. Anyways, until I see you next time, don't stay on your screens for too long, and have fun storming the castle.